Yeah, hello everyone. I got a new toy. That is the Insta360 Go 3. So let's see how this goes. It's a super wide angle, so I hope it kind of like works. Let me just put this on the desk. Okay, so tomorrow is the day OP1we is finally launching, and just to make sure you know what you're getting, I'm doing some last minute unboxing. So yeah, let's just go. So first the packaging, we have OP1 white, OP1 black. Yeah, some features on the back. Little hanger on top. And same on the white one. So let's cut this open. Yeah, I guess I will just show the contents of the white version. I mean, it's the same. So you open the latch, then you have a little paper thingy to unfold, and then you can just basically pull it out. So we have the mouse in a PE bag. Mouse, most important, I suppose. It doesn't come with the sensor skate, more to that later. Then have the cable with the adapter and the dongle. Yeah, some manual. Quick start manual, not like manual. Yeah, some compliance guide. And then last but not least, in this little pocket is the sensor skate. So if you have a really soft mouse pad and need a sensor skate, it's in here. The reason it's not pre-applied, since the area of the skate is kind of low. We had some issues in the past where it would come off during shipping, and this time we decided to just not attach it. If you want, I mean, it's in the packaging, you can just attach it. If you have a hard enough pad, you probably don't need it anyway. And it's gonna add, I don't even know, like 0.15 grams. 0.24. Oh shit. Yeah, 0.17. Minus the paper, so 0.15 probably was right. This skate is the worst. Yeah. Let's say 0.15. The mouse itself, 58.2. There is some tolerance or some variance. On the packaging is written 58.5, so yeah, it's about right. I have to figure out why is the screen always shutting off. Come on, I can't change it. No, I can't change. It's running. Nice. So yeah, that's what's in the box. I mean, it's pretty standard. Keep in mind that the OP1we is the entry in quotation marks model. It's not, of course, not super cheap, also because of the components that we use. But yeah, that's in the box. Yeah, since the unboxing was pretty unspectacular, I can show you also the accessories that are going to be available. In the coming weeks, I don't have the final version, I mean not the final packaging yet, so I'm just gonna show it like this. We have a skin set containing, I mean this one missing unfortunately, that's on some other mouse. The black one is complete, so there's skins for or grips for the main buttons and for the sides. And as you can see, the side grips, they are, I'm not even sure if this has a micro mode. Yeah, they're relatively small compared to the size of the mouse. The reason is that I wanted the grips to basically just cover the part of the mouse that is thin. So say, depending on your grip, you have issues with the hump being too wide compared to where you would grip the mouse, then adding the skin on the side will make the thin part a little bit wider, so the difference between the widest part in the back and this part is going to be smaller, then you don't feel the hump on the side so much. That was pretty much the reason to design the skins like this. Pretty much same on the left side. I mean, if you usually grip the mouse, you grip it like in this kind of area, not all the way in the back usually. So that's what the skin is covering. For the main buttons, they cover the whole main button. And the skate pack I actually don't have prepared. I have some skates here. Let me check. Yeah, basically the skate set consists of the small skates. It's front, back, left, right, so exactly the ones that are on here. Then it has one sensor skate, so one of these. And it has the large skates. Oh yeah, I have some here. So you also get one set of these. Oh shit, yeah, so one. For the back. For the front, of course, you can also mix and match if you prefer the small one up front, large one in the back, you can do this, or a larger one on the front and keep the small ones in the back for a little bit more equal area, depending on what pad you use and what preference you have. And the third accessory is the switch pack. So it's gonna come in this bag. So there's two switch PCBs, one screwdriver. The screwdriver is a little bit of a gimmick. Has our Endgame gear coating on it, so it feels a little nicer, which is, yeah, just a small extra, because the screwdriver itself, it's not our design, it's just a basic screwdriver, and just to give it a tiny bit of extra touch, it has the coating. So since you're wondering how this is gonna work, then I can also show you. So I have the mouse with no matter which skates we have applied. Also, if you have the large skates applied, there's holes to access the screws for one of these specific reasons. So you turn off the mouse, remove the two screws, I mean, if you have a iFixit kit with a pH, I think it's pH 0 for these screws and pH 000 for the internal screws, yeah, it's a bit better. This is better experience than this. This is kind of it works, but I mean, it's not great, obviously. Oh yeah, maybe I should have. So now you unscrewed this, then you basically lift the back of the bottom plate from the top shell, and then it's hooked in the front. So you fold it open and then you pull back the little bit of wiggle the bottom plate. Oh, this stupid screen turns off all the time. So now you have the mouse open, and then you can see there's already one cable is on this side, two cables on the other side. Then you pull the cable, try to grab it as far at the bottom as possible, and then just pull it straight out. Yeah, this one is tight. Okay. So now you have the OP1we with the bottom plate, PCB, the battery, And in the top shell, you have the side buttons and the main buttons. So one reason, that was quite important to me. When you change these, or if you adjust these, you can just click everything with just the top shell. So you don't have to put it back together and then try the buttons. No, not quite there. Then you have to open it again until it's like the way you wanted it. But now with this design, you can just push all the buttons. In the future, maybe if there is demand for it, we could also offer different side buttons. But at this point it's GM2, it's custom GM2s. That's why the color is different. So yeah, you just basically, for the switches, to replace them, remove the two screws that hold the switch PCB. This is also when our clicks are designed to be like extremely short and pre-pressed. If you like lighter clicks, or I mean, it's not really lighter, if you basically want to add some pre-travel or some more travel, and then it feels lighter because the travel is longer and the speed when you actually move the plunger is a bit higher, so it feels like it's a lighter switch. Then you can just either loosen just one of the screws or both. Usually just one also works. Then you already have a lot different click feeling by doing this. So okay, once you have removed the screws, you just pop it out. Then you take your new switch, put it back in, take the screws, put the screws back in, then as I said before, you put it back together, you try the clicks. Clicks are good. So take the bottom plate. Then there is the only thing you have to, of course, keep in mind to put the cables in the right order. So it's also written next to the plugs, LMB, the side button, writing you can't see with the battery holder on top of it, and the RMB button. So the white cable is facing inwards on this one. So you just place it and then you push it down on the side, not on the cable, just on the side of the switch. Push it all the way down. Then you can also check, okay, it's closer. This one is a little bit shorter, but you pretty much do the same. White cable facing the back of the mouse. So you place it where it needs to go, push your fingers on the side, push it down. And lastly, the right mouse button PCB, same, place it, push it down. Then it's a little bit easier if you then just push these cables tiny bit inside, and then you just pretty much do the opposite what you've done before. You need to place the bottom plate a little bit at an angle in the front and push it to the front slightly so it hooks in. Once it's hooked in, you can check on the side if you didn't fold the cable inwards, it's possible it sticks out here. So just check if there's no cable, and then you push it down, put back the screws from the outside. Screw it down, and that's it. The only downside of the optical switches are each optical switch to have a different order of connectors on how they function. So on OP1we you can only change the switch to another Kailh Go. So It has to be either a lighter one or a harder one, or if it's broken, you replace it with the same gram force. But you can't put the whatever Omron opticals inside, sadly. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, while I'm at it, why not show the rest too. So for the skates, you also have the 100% PTFE, so these don't have any white pigments and they're even faster than the normal skates. The OP1we and the XM2we skates, we already changed the design quite a bit, right, to improve them to have better rounded edges. So these are a lot better than the XM1R and previous skates that we had. And the 100% skates, I mean, if you want really fast skates, these are also, of course, depends on the pad you're using, but if you're using I use the MPX. So Cordura and with the silicon base, yeah, they're crazy fast. Even sometimes thinking maybe a bit too fast. Next up, while I have the time, why not? Just show you the skins, or the skin application, or grips, however you want to call it. There's pretty much only one thing to keep in mind. I don't know why the screen is always turning off, this camera. After 90 seconds, okay. So maybe I know which setting this is. So, you peel off the skin, then I'm not sure how I can do this while showing it on camera. So the main idea is basically to align it. On the white one it's a bit easier than on the black one. If you align it right on the bottom of the top shell. Yeah, like this looks good. Then it's a bit easier. And yeah, that's pretty much already it. Just make sure if you put it on, you don't put it on the bottom plate. If you do this, then opening the mouse won't work anymore, because you connected the top shell with the bottom plate. So yeah, I mean, this camera has, this is the linear mode, so it's the least wide angle-ish, but I can already tell from just looking at the screen. Yeah, it's still also on the table, how it's bent. There is still some wide angle. So I'm not sure how you can see the difference. Skin, no skin. So yeah, this makes the skin thickness is 0.5 millimeters. So if you put only one, you have extended the grip width by 0.5 millimeters, so instead of about 44.8 that is measured in the middle of this area here. It's also written on the box to the point on the other side. Then you have 55.3 instead. And like I said before, or in the other video, I can't remember now, you extended the thinner part while not extending the wider part with this kind of design. So it can feel better here in this area. Also depends on your length of your fingers, of your hand size, if you even have any contact here in the first place, or if you go around the whole thing. I mean, grip wise, there is a wide variety. I think I explained this in my Computex video. You can claw grip it, and from the design of the back, what was my intention, that you, depending on how much you push the mouse into your palm, you can pretty much decide, do you just want to have tiny bit of contact? If you want to have a lot of palm contact, you can relax claw relatively easily by putting the finger on the side wall. Yeah, you can also do aggressive claw. If you have larger hands, you could also do fingertip. If I try to fingertip this, then I would have to press the buttons on the very back, which is not ideal. I mean, it works, but the switches are here. So the further you are in the back from like this point, then yeah, it gets a bit harder to click. And if you go further to the front, it gets lighter to click. Just because the lever is getting longer the further you are in front of the switch. Yeah, left side, pretty much the same. You check, okay, how far to the front do I want it? You align it at the bottom line. Yeah, I could even do it a tiny bit further back, but yeah. I'm also still assembling some thicker skates for at least for the right side to alter the shape a tiny bit more. Might be for relaxed claw, might be a little bit better option if it's even straighter from the hump to the front on this side. But on the left side, this one is without adding anything to the side buttons, which I honestly didn't even try yet because of the way they are curved. They're meant to be also clickable when you like just roll up your thumb, and if they're completely flat, this doesn't work. This still does with the skin on, but yeah, if you have a thicker skin, pressing the side buttons is gonna feel a bit awkward. Yeah, I could just go full YOLO mode. Let's put the main buttons, skins on. There's also a tiny Endgame gear logo. Try to just keep it very supple. Let's do it a bit further for the front. Too far to the front. Now let's see if you can manage. I think the first one is the hardest. You can get a similar angle on this one. I spoke too soon. Yeah, if I do this to not trigger my OCD, the video is gonna be another hour. Yeah, can live with this. I mean, this makes it also easier to click that I cannot do on a mouse without grips, and with the grips, yeah, I can sometimes do it. But yeah, try clicking, don't do it. You just ruin your switches. At least here you can change them. But yeah, that's it. Skins applied. So we had 58.2 earlier. Oh, this friggin' scale. Yeah, so we added 1.2 grams to the mouse with skins. If you no, excuse me. If you go from the small skates to the large skates, it's also, yeah, almost double. So you're adding 1.5, 1.4-ish. Now you know what. The hell with it. Just let's do it. Good thing the screen is always turning off. So just make sure you peel off everything on the back skate. I hope it's visible. Yeah, I didn't manage to peel off the whole glue area, and this is sticking really well. Okay, here we go. I hope the sound is somewhat audible with my mumbling, because you cannot connect an external microphone to the Insta360 Go Free. So remove all the, or at least most of the glue residue. We have some alcohol. Then we can remove the rest if needed. So it's gonna be an easy one. Okay, now let's see. 59.4 was it with the small skates and the skins. So yeah, we added about 1.5. Oh, it's so heavy. It's unusable. Yeah, can't really tell much of a difference. Yeah, so that concludes the little summary. What else do we have? There's one thing that is currently missing from the manual, at least from the batch 1 manual. When you turn on the mouse, this indicates the battery charge. If you press this button, it only works when it's connected, which mine is now not. If you press this button for 1.5 seconds, it shows you the charge level. So it's green from 100 to 70% or 100 to 71%. Then 70 to 41%, it's yellow. 40 to 11%, it's orange. And when it hits 10%, it starts blinking red. And then, when it's 0, it's off, obviously. But since we're using a different battery on the OP1we compared to the XM2we, we also adjusted the voltage curve, and this battery makes it super hard to accurately read the charge level. So instead of having the 5% steps in the software that the XM2we has, I decided to have the same steps that I just told you here also in the software. So from 100 to 71, then from 70 to 40, 1 from 40 to 10, and then 10 to 0 are the steps. So at least when it's like blinking, yeah, you have like, depends on how you use it, half an hour to an hour left, but then you should charge it. Otherwise, yeah, just plug it in every once in a while when you go get food or something. Then it should be good. Yeah, I think I mentioned everything there is to mention for now. Accessory pricing, it's gonna be at least the EU prices, I know, are $9.90 for each. So skins, the switch pack, or the skates. For the skates, you have the 99.5% skates. The same white ones that are on the mouse. Then we have the 100% skates. They're a little bit grayish and see-through, translucent. They are faster because they don't have the white pigments. Then we have the white skin set consisting of main button and 2 side skins, and the black one, and then the switch pack. So these are the 5 accessories that are going to be available for now for OP1we. Okay, then if you have any other questions, just ask away in the Discord. There I will probably answer when I have the time. On YouTube, I never see when there are any comments, so best to ask on the Discord.